Hi everyone, my name's Chris. I'm your teacher for the next year, and you should know that I'm a bit weird. But this isn't really about me exactly. This is about identity. It's something I think about a lot. What even is an identity? Is it even a real thing? I mean, there are a lot of suspicious, ambiguous, mysterious words in the English language, but there's one I think is more mysterious than any of them, and it's simply the word I. For example, here's a little bit about me. As mentioned before, I am Chris. I am someone who loves stories. I love creative things in general. I am someone who loves language and philosophy. I'm a nerd. I was born here in Utah, Murray to be exact, and like a lot of others who were born in this state, I was born into an LDS family. Let's see what else. I'm old, at least older than all of you, but I still love video games. I love Star Wars, Star Trek, and I told you, I'm a nerd. What else? The boring stuff. I'm 6 feet tall, I'm male, I'm white, which means I'm nothing special. Actually, it means I'm incredibly special. I'm lucky, I'm privileged. I was born near the top floor of a building I never chose to be a part of. Like all of you, I am just in it. I don't know what it's like to be in the minority. I don't know what it's like to feel marginalized. But I try to understand. I try to relate. I try to be empathetic. I want to know others' experiences. So that's kind of a map of me. A rough draft of my identity, you might say. When I was in high school, I decided religion wasn't exactly for me. So I lost one of these tethers. Well, that's okay. It didn't hurt. I was still me, right? That one must not have been very important. But, how important are any of them? What sort of things tethered to me would change who I think I am if they were erased, or if a new one appeared? I've never really liked the name Chris. I have always liked the name Indiana. I've always been fairly sure if my name were to change, I would still feel like me. I mean, until recently, it was pretty much assumed that any married woman on the planet would have to make this change. So, I am both I am Chris and I am not Chris. How can that be? Look, some changes do. At one time, I was married. But it didn't last. We got divorced. I lost one, and it did hurt. And part of me became something I never really wanted. What is it about all these things that makes us us? Is it even any of them? If I lost all of them, would there still be something in the center? Something I still think of as me? Let's look at it another way. Long before there was a cool Keanu kicking ass in the Matrix, there was a decidedly less cool guy in the 1600s named Rene Descartes. Although I do much prefer the leather jackets to the neck napkin. But Descartes had already posed the problem of the Matrix. Just instead of a computer program, he simply asked himself, how much could he know about a world when it was possible it all just was a dream? He reduced it down to one of the most simple yet profound ideas in philosophy. I think, therefore I am. He could doubt everything, from the sky to the sound of thunder to the person standing in front of him. Even his little neck napkin might not be real. But even if he was dreaming, or in a matrix, it remained incontrovertible that something that he thought of as me, was still thinking and experiencing something else. So there it is again. Identity. Me, I. I think, therefore I am. Let's look at it one last way. Let's take our physical bodies. I've often wondered how much of that too is me. If I were to lose my hand, I tend to think I'd still be me. I'd just be me without a hand. But how can a hand also be my hand? Do I own my hand? Or is my hand as much a part of me as my, say, heart? I'm pretty sure when Luke lost his hand, he still was Luke Skywalker.
I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
And even still, we now have artificial hearts. I'm pretty sure if I had to get an artificial heart, I'd still be me. In fact, I might actually be cool, because I'd now be an official cyborg. But we do know that people who suffer traumatic brain injuries are left completely changed. Their old identities are often erased and replaced by something brand new, or sometimes not at all. It would really seem that I am the same thing as my brain. So, let's say I went to the doctor and I said, "Hey doc, I've got a ton of headaches." And he responds, "Yeah, sorry Indiana, you've got a brain tumor." I go home and tell my wife, divorced. I tell my cats, "Hey cats, sorry for the bad news, but my brain has a tumor." Wait, what? My brain? Aren't I the same thing? How can that claim make sense? Am I not actually saying, "Hey cats, I am I. Cats own cats." And they're like, "Yeah, he's finally lost it. We gotta find someone else to feed us." My brain. What is the "my" doing in that claim? Do I think there is something outside myself that actually claims to own or have the same thing that is creating the claim in the first place? It could just be a weakness in the language. It doesn't seem exactly that. Is there something distinct, some identity we all have that is somehow separate from our name, our race, the wonders and pains of our past, even our arms and legs? I don't know. What I want to know is, what do you think? I want to get to know you. I want to know what you think is the most important thing about who you are, about your identity. Is it your culture, your name, a part of your body, or even a print on your body? What aspects tethered to you do you think you could lose or could change, and you'd still be you? Which ones do you think are so central, so core, that without them, you don't know who you'd be? We have a year to answer this, class. Let's get to know one another. Let's get to work. Let's see if we can outrun even Descartes. And I promise we do not have to wear neck napkins.